I'm Megan Lee, and welcome to the Noob Reviews. I'm finally getting back into... I've been reading comics, but I just didn't feel like reviewing them, basically, for a little bit. I was taking a bit of a little mental break while I figure out my personal life. Anyway, it's an ongoing process. But I did want to share because I thoroughly, you know what I mean, enjoyed this, the Savage She-Hulk, original She-Hulk, #1 collector's item issue. It is mine. It's all mine. This is how She-Hulk should look, you guys. This is She-Hulk. This is her. This is how she should be. I actually also like this cover because we have Jen herself with She-Hulk behind her, the She-Hulk she becomes. So that's actually kind of cool. This is the one that was written by Stan Lee, and it's illustrated by John Buscema and Chick Stone? Chick Stone? All right. We got Bruce Banner in a panic. He's on the run because he knows the police will find him, and he's looking for his cousin, Jen, who is a lawyer, and who's working on a really big case herself with some really dangerous people, gangsters types. And we get a little bit of our backstory. This is what I read in the original Hulk facsimile, that it's really funny because they have used old Hulk, what Hulk's form. This is not the original Hulk form from the original Hulk origin story. He was, remember, gray. But we have put this Hulk in because this is now the more recognizable Hulk. But this is the story of what happened when the G-bomb went off and he was contaminated, basically. So now he is struggling to live a normal life, and he tells his cousin everything, and she's very understanding. They make their way to, I'm assuming, her house, and on the way there, they're followed by these dudes who plan to get rid of her, basically. Now, the bullet has hit her in her back. That's what it looks like to me, right? Like, she's been hit in the back. I was also interested to see that they did not show any blood or anything like that. There is nothing graphic at all was shown. And this is from February 1980. So yeah, there's nothing graphic here at all, but she has been shot in the back. He picks her up and carries her. He knows he has to save her. He has to give her a blood transfusion. He finds a doctor's house and breaks in. Here's the part where I was like, she got shot in the back. How is it possible for her to be standing like that? I know he's supporting her, but only with one arm. Like, she's gonna be limp as a rag doll. They're not showing anything graphic, and it's not super realistic in that way, which is fine. This is Marvel Comics in the 80s, I guess. You know, you get comics nowadays, graphic novels, and they're very graphic. But that's all right. So he gives her the transfusion, then he calls the ambulance, and then he stays. They start asking questions, and he knows they're going to realize who he is. So he breaks out, leaves her at the hospital, kind of confused, feeling very strange, not normal, but she's not really sure why. And as she is in hospital, these men, they're still out to get her. It is like I don't know. Maybe it's not as impossible. I don't know. In the 80s, it must have been pretty easy to get into somebody's room in a hospital dressed as a doctor. They always show this in books and movies, and it's really not that easy to get in. It's really not. If you don't look like you're supposed to be there, somebody's going to say something to you. Trust me, they are. As they are trying to chloroform her, she goes into panic mode, fight mode, and She-Hulk emerges. What was she wearing originally? I need to know. It was a long sleeve shirt. She was wearing a long sleeve shirt originally. Everything rips into this very skimpy little one-piece, looks like a one-piece bathing suit. I can't tell if her hair is green or black. It's kind of greenish black, eh? All the way down to her butt. She's got like mermaid hair. Love it. Okay. She's flinging iron. I guess the hospital beds used to be made of iron in the 80s, but she's flinging the beds at them, guarding herself from the bullets, freaking everybody out. She goes on a rampage, chases them through the elevator. Like, look at this. She just destroyed that elevator. Go She-Hulk. It's awesome. I love this original. I love it. Art, the excitement. Ripping up signposts as she's trying to get them. Basically, they get arrested by the cops, and she runs off. She can feel her power waning as she starts to calm down, and as she makes it into the hospital, she kind of morphs back into her original self, and goes to hide in the next room and pulls it off as she was afraid, so she ran off into a different room. There we have it. She realizes that the blood transfusion caused it. I've become a gamma ray monster like poor Doc, but I'll learn to live with it. From now on, whatever Jennifer Walters can't handle, the She-Hulk will do. She's not even, I feel like Bruce was way more upset by all of this and uncertain how to handle it. But again, when she goes into Hulk mode, she has a lot more awareness of what's going on. She was like carrying on, like she was able to talk to those police officers. Like she said, they are yours. Trask was framed, this guy that she is representing. She leaves him with the police officers. Like she's in a normal state of mind. And I guess that's what helps. I would still not be able to accept it that fast though. Like she accepted it very fast, very quickly at the end. Well, I guess I'm She-Hulk now. Like what? But yeah, Bruce, not so much control over his emotions and not so much awareness. So that would be the difference there. Inability to accept that you are green hulking monster. Not really a monster, but very strong. And if somebody did a She-Hulk cosplay, technically the outfit is easy. It's like that and a wig. The hardest part would be painting your skin green. And then I'd be afraid if it was like itchy. Yeah, I don't think I would do that. It's cute, but I don't think I'd do that. Alrighty. Let's go on. I finally got back into Kitty Pryde. I kind of just needed a break. I don't know why. I wasn't... Like, this one is good. Don't get me wrong. Kitty Pryde Wolverine. This is number 5 in the 6-issue limited series by Chris Claremont and Alan Milgram. And this is from March 1985. We've got Kitty Pryde. She's come back to her senses, basically. She's no longer controlled by the Red Devil. But she kind of feels the need to prove herself, to prove that herself that she is no longer controlled by him. And she wants to face him. So she takes all these steps, draw him out, find him, to face him, to fight him. Look at her sky dancing. She just drops from that building. I do love the layout of panels. They're very creative in how they lay out the panels, mixing up vertical with horizontal, with overlapping panels. It is very creative. It's a nice change for the eyes as you're reading. And then this one, we have our panels. But then right there in the middle is just a cutout of Kitty herself as we hear her thoughts. So I thought that was like the very cool touches that they use. She definitely is very much in her head, I found in this one. A lot of deep thoughts, a lot of contemplation of her life. Very much in her head. Of course, she has snuck off again. Wolverine figures where she's gone. Her dad freaks out about it. Because he cares, so much. Which he does, but he's a coward, so he cares when he's safe. Does that make sense? You're safe, you're in a good place, so it's easy for you to care about somebody else's well-being. Because you're fine. So, Lady Mariko, living well. Wolverine's lover. He's got a few of those, but it's okay. Red Devil is after her, obviously. And Kitty Pryde knows this. So Wolverine, Kitty Pryde's dad, everybody's in the plane. We have Kitty facing off against the Red Devil at Mariko's home. She's strong and she's fast and she's skilled, but not as strong and skilled as when she was under the spell of the Red Devil and able to use his skills, his fighting skills and techniques and his strength. So now she's up against him. And here's the thing, he knows her. He knows her moves because they were kind of in this really weird way. They were like connected, right? As much as she knows him, he also knows her. Very close fight. Okay, look at the use of panels. He moves so fast. It's like he's phasing. Actually, and she says that too. And I kind of thought he was at first when I was reading this. I thought he actually is phasing through things like she does, but he's just insanely fast. They fight throughout the house, and then they end up outside, hanging off this, what do you call that thingy? They've been doing construction, painting, whatever. Somebody in the chat will tell me, or in the comments will tell me what that is. I wanted to call it a balcony, but it's so not a balcony. That's a crazy fight. She manages to get to the rooftop, and this is where the battle almost comes to an end. This is where he gives her the last chance. This is her last chance. Give in to him. Be given ultimate power. to save her own life, all of that. And she is able to say no. And she is able to resist when that's exactly what she wanted to prove to herself, that she could resist him when he'd offered everything, when she had nothing left to give, and she was at the end of her strength and her abilities. She was still able to say no to his power. And of course, at the last second, we have the amazing entrance of Wolverine. And that's issue 5. So number 6 issue is called Honor. This one was called Courage. Aptly so, aptly named Courage. I prefer the Wolverine miniseries, the 4-part series. That one's my absolute favorite. This one is good, but maybe it's because it's longer and I have a short attention span and I need to work on not having a short attention span. Perhaps that's it. Still well done, obviously. Very enjoyable, and I'm going to read number 6 this week and review it next Sunday. I will see you all on Sunday. Releasing this one tonight. And then Sunday, tomorrow, Jay's going to be on my channel at 2 p.m. We're going to talk about his graphic novel, Achromatic Chronicles Blue. I'm really excited to hear about that. I have a copy from me coming and a copy from my nieces. So a lot of questions. I hope you guys come along and join us, ask him some questions, and then I'll see you on Manga Monday. And hopefully a live stream Monday late afternoon. See y'all then.